Welcome back to another tutorial. In this video, I will be building the sheep farm from my Let's Play series. Alright, so for this farm, inside this chest, we have our items. The grass, or grass blocks, glass, slabs, dispensers, observers, sticky pistons, some sort of block, like a solid block like stone, fence, and shears. But before I get to actually building the farm, uh, something for like something I'm doing with this farm that requires these items. So over here, I'm just gonna kind of show this off. Right, I think so. Yes. All right. So we'll put a sheep in there, and we're just gonna stick a fence inside the head of the sheep. Right. So while I was designing this farm, I sort of discovered I knew this idea was a thing. Let's turn on the hitboxes. So what's happening, what I believe is happening, is that when the fence post is pushed into the head of the sheep, the fence post is blocking the line of sight of the sheep. I mean, it can still see. So if I grab something like wheat, and try to attract it, you can see that it's still like fixed on me, but it's not moving. So I'm basically locking the sheep into position, and I'm going to utilize this technique inside the farm. Well, so in this farm, I'm going to put 16 sheep, so one for each color. I know there's 2 white sheep. When I went to go color these, I must have jumped or recolored a sheep, or there are 17 sheep in here. I'm not going to count. But the idea is I'm going to have 16 slots, one for each color. So I'm going to go over here and just build up a bit. And we're going to go 8 blocks out. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8 blocks long and 3 blocks wide. Alright, so here's our platform. And yeah, so on the outside, we want to put observers. And so when the sheep eat the grass, the observer will detect that block change or block update. Then I'm kind of changing up this method. So normally you would have something like this, sensor, and then like some redstone dust or something, right? And that would be the normal case. But here I want the sheep to sit side by side, and I don't want this redstone to update the sheep on the other side. So I'm going to, oh, that's not right. I'm going to put sticky pistons. Right, like that. And then another layer of observers. And then we'll put the dispensers. And just above the dispensers, a line of solid block, like stone. So this is what it should look like from the side. So the observer here detects the block change here. When that happens, it'll power the sticky piston here. And that will push the observer up and power the dispenser. And in this case, the observer here, whenever it does move, it will activate the dispenser, which is fine. That's kind of what we want. We want this dispenser to always activate when it detects a block change here. And then I will go through and fill up each dispenser with Cheers. Alright, so now all the dispensers here are filled with shears. I got rid of my glass a bit ago, so I'm gonna grab that. And it doesn't really matter where you put the glass first. It's gonna have a wall of glass on both sides. So I'm just gonna put it here for now. Alright. We want to leave one side open so we can pull the sheep up. And I will just build out some platforms so we can pull the sheep up. That should be okay, but not there. Alright. Alright, so now back up on the platform, I am going to take some slabs and in the middle part of the wall, so it's 3 blocks wide, I want the second block in, and we just want to put a layer of slabs here. And we want to put slabs instead of a full block so it doesn't kill the grass in the middle. We want this strip of grass so it can continue to spread to these blocks here. And then another, above the slabs, another layer of stone. Alright, so we're basically there. We just need to get the sheep in now. And I'm going to put the glass here. And alright. And then I'm just going to widen the platform here a bit. Yeah. Alright. But before I start pulling in the sheep, I'm going to just above the slabs, there's a layer of stone, and then a layer of air, and then above that layer of air, I want to put another line of block. Right. So when I start pulling in the sheep, I don't need the sticky pistons anymore. I'm going to replace that with the pistons. Basically, I'm going to pull in the sheep and then push them into the block I want them in. Then just above them, I need the lever now. Get rid of the observer. Right, so this is the configuration. So fence, piston, and a lever. There's no reason to zero tick this, no, but it's just what I do here. Just so there's no question about that. But yeah, now it's time to start pulling in the sheep. So grab a lead. Grab, actually I want the white one. Well, this is gonna be a mess. I want that sheep. Alright. I'll be back. Let me clean this up. Alright, it's sort of clean. They're all hitched, I guess. But yeah, I want to pull in first the white sheep, just because I have 2 of them. I want to just make sure I don't have an extra sheep somewhere. Right? So they're not going to follow you into the block. So what I normally do is I jump over the sheep, and then I just push them into that block. And I'm going to turn on the hitboxes because it kind of helps this process. So before I remove the lead, I press the lever, and look, and I can lead him like this. He's not going to leave the block. Then as I'm going, I replace, or I break the piston, and I just repeat the process. So I'll grab another sheep. Let's do black. And so now that I'm getting a second sheep in here, they're gonna start kind of colliding with each other, and that's fine a little bit. You don't want them to. So I'm gonna try to push them as close to the other sheep as I can. You can see that it just went off. Sometimes the sheep, they don't get locked. So you just reset and move the sheep back. Right. So now that I have 2 sheep in here, kind of go above and look in. I believe just kind of keep the fence as centered. It can be off a little bit. But yeah, this is pretty good. You just want to make sure that the sheep stays in front of the dispensers, which it will. There shouldn't be too much overlapping of the sheep. But, yeah. Alright, I'm gonna get the rest of the sheep in, and then I will then do the collection system. Alright, so I've finished putting all the sheep in. There should be 16 sheep now. And I've cleaned up around here too. I got rid of the stone in the middle part. And I replaced the paths with glass. And so now it's time to build the collection system. So it's really easy. It's just a minecart system. So you just put 2 lines below the sheep, and that's how many I can get. Four chests in here. Okay. Actually, I'm gonna put it 1 block out, like that. Right. So now I just need to put rails down. Get rid of that one. Put that there. There. Alright, cool. Now I just need a block. Stone there. And so on this second, or on the hopper that's connected to the chest here, I'm just gonna put a block on top. Then you want detect when an item is moving through this second hopper. So we're gonna put a comparator right next to it like that. Then we want the comparator to then turn off a redstone torch like that. And we want put a block above the redstone torch and a block right next to it like that. Cool. So now that powered rail is on whenever the minecart is empty or when something isn't over it. We'll just put the minecart down like that. So now it's dropping off the wool, and it should be filling up the chest here. Cool. So just do the same thing on the other side, just mirrored. There, right. Block there. Block there, yeah. And then the repeater, and then minecart. Cool. So now I don't know. I know I'm not collecting all 16 colors. I think I forgot a color. So there's 2 white sheep in here, and then a variety. But yeah, pretty simple farm. I'm going to jump into my Let's Play and show you the farm there. Alright. So here's a much larger version of the farm. So there's 4 wings here. Each has 4 sheep or 4 different colors. So basically I have all 16 colors, and in each wing there, oh hold on. Oh, I'm not in creative, I can't fly. So I'll just go into FreeCam. So basically, this is one module that I just showed, and then here's a second one. But I've connected one line together. So each line here is an individual color. So basically, I have 256 sheep here, 16 sheep for each color. And yeah, I've gathered quite a bit of wool here. So yeah, in total, this probably would have taken, it was about 20 minutes per line, or 20 minutes to put in 16 sheep. So I know the 3 of the wings took about 4 hours to do. Yeah, the only issue that may come from this is how to refill or restock the shears. But as you can see, the piston, it alternates, so there is a gap there that you can get into. So I haven't added it yet, but what I'm thinking is I'm going to put a platform where, like, just behind the pistons here, that I can walk along and then just fill up the pistons or the dispensers when they get closer being emptied, I guess. So if you've enjoyed this tutorial and found it useful, please like and subscribe, because I'm hoping to do more of these tutorials as I progress through my Let's Play. More stuff will pop up, and so more tutorials will probably come out. But yeah, thank you for watching. Check out some of my other stuff. See ya.